Good morning, everybody. It's Amy with So Let's Be Quilty Studio here in kind of foggy downtown Pentwater, Michigan. It's kind of steamy out, so like it's a little foggy this morning, so fantastic. But it's supposed to get into the 80s today, so a nice day for a drive, maybe come for the shop hop or just come to the quilt store. So today we're going to be showing you a couple of new lines of fabric that came in, and we're also going to go over the Vario tool versus Cam Snap, and kind of show you the differences between the two. Both are really good investment, especially if you are a bag maker like me. Just a note, next week we are going to go over some tips and tricks for using vinyl, because I know we've been using a fair amount of vinyl in some of the So Let's Make a Bag kits. So so we'll go over that, a couple of tips and tricks for that, and I kind of want to add more of some little tips and tricks things into our Wednesday lives. Okay, hi, how is everybody doing? Say good morning. I'd really love you get an extra credit if you share us or share So Let's Make a Bag with somebody and they also comment. Yeah. So for both. So so if you put at so and so and then I see them in the comments, you will also get an extra shot at the drawing as well. So we kind of want to grow everybody kind of watching us, and that's why we're doing more tips and tricks and showing you all the good things. So let's go over last week's winners, and I'll show you what we're giving away this week. And I have some really fun things that are coming up. So we also have a featherweight schoolhouse that we'll be doing at the first part of August. So we'll talk about that. And then we have a coat class coming at the end of August. So we're going to do that at a different venue, so we have lots of room to spread out and have fun. So so last week we gave away we gave away two little charm packs. We have Star Spangled, and this one goes to Kristen Randall. Yay! So Kristen, I think you're still in town. I know they camp here every so often, so that is yours. And then we have the little threads charm pack going to Sheila Musin. So we'll try and get a hold of you guys and let you know. This week, everybody always needs, it's like a bouquet of little Frickson pens. We have a black, a blue, a green, and a purple. So we'll be giving away that little quad of those to somebody. And then we're going to be giving away the Beauty and the Beast. This was from a few years ago. It's still in the plastic, so it's Beauty and the Beast from Jill Hallworth and Riley Blake. It is a really cute little line of fabric. So those are the two things we'll be giving away. Just remember to tag somebody at your friend, and if they also comment, we'll give them we'll give you a little something, an extra thing in the drawing. Okay. What, an extra chance at the drawing? Yes. People always laugh because he laughs at me. Anyway. I don't laugh at you. Yes, you do. Okay. So I'm going to show you the new stuff so we can clear that away, so I can show you the tools that we'll be using for bag making. Lots of good stuff. Okay, so now in the store is a line called Sunset Ridge from Minky Kim and Riley Blake. And it has this little panel in the center that says I sew, and it has all the tools in it. So we made up these little kits So it takes a jelly roll, and then you have background, the panel, and so this little guy over here is your binding. So this is ISO quilt panel kit from Minky Kim. It is $80. The quilt is 58 by 66. Really cute little quilt, and it's just square. So great, confident beginner quilt kit. All right, so there's that one. Also from that line of fabric, I was going through patterns, and I found this really cute pattern called Heart Bits. Isn't that cute? So it's kind of a scrappy heart with a background, and I thought it would be really cute in the Minky Kim because it's all the little sweet floral patterns, and then it has polka dots and little gingham. I totally love it. So we're doing the throw size in this kit, and it is 64 by 72, and the kit is 105. Really cute. And then the last one, because it's floral, I found this really cute floral one, and this one is called Summer Garden. And then I just chose some of the really sweet little floral patterns from Minky Kim, and then your binding is the check, and then in this one you have like little sawtooth stars in the center. So we did green and this like golden yellow. So we did the so there's only one size to this. It's 56 by 74. So that's what it looks like. And then these are all the fabrics. And it's 95. So all those are in the system ready for you guys to go and get. The Minky Kim is so cute. There's also, she has a panel for making a backpack. I'm working on that one. Hopefully I'll show that to you soon. Okay. So we had two lines come in from Ruby Star Society. First was the strawberries. I almost didn't even get them out of the plastic before people were buying them. So I have a little bit of that left. And so if you're looking for strawberries of all sorts, check the website at solacebquilty.com, and you can see that. Just type in strawberries. It should come right up because that's the name of the collection. But the second one is called Salutations. And this one, I think this one, yeah, it's a Rashida. So if you are a Ruby Star fan, so it's really so cute. It has all of the things that you would use to write a letter or make a note. And so here's all of your supplies. And then it has this really cute one that's all the envelopes with the little hearts on them. And of course, you need washi tape if you're journaling or sending things. So there's several colors of that. And then this one is really cute. It is, I'm trying to get it right side up. It's all of the greetings. It says, with love, dearest, to whom it may concern. I mean, just really cute. And then we have some pens. And pencils and all that kind of good stuff. And there's a couple of different colors. There's also a floral. There's some stamps, which I don't have the stamps up here, but I will show you. So, so the first one is really fun because it's just, the pattern is called Just 12 Fat Quarters. That's what it looks like. And you're kind of doing dark and light and dark and light. So here's all the fabric that's in there. And it's just 12 fat quarters. It's $58. And I think it's really cute. So we're having a sample made of that one. Hopefully we'll have that up soon. And then the next one is called Bookmarks. Look how cute that is. So I thought bookmarks and salutations and books, they kind of go together. So this one we're doing the throw size, which is 59 by 74. And you have a selection of all of, so I think there's 9 back quarters. And then you have background, and then your washi tape over here is your binding. So I marked those so you kind of knew what they were. This one is $85, and those are in the system as well, ready to go. Okay, and then one more. Did I show you the Mary Englebright? So Mary Englebright, oh my gosh, from so many years ago. She has a new line that says cute. I think it's cute Halloween or spooky cute Halloween, something like that. And so she has these little pumpkins that says you're scaring me, and then the little the bats and the spiders and the cats. And then if you look in the background, there's like a little shadow of a guy. Oh my gosh. And then the hats, of course. And then this one, we might want to open up a little bit. So it says, whatever you are, be a good one. And then we have this really cute, hot, like neon green. My face. And then if you look really closely, there's a little mouse who's dressed as a bat with like horn-rimmed glasses. So cute. And then we have a cute little vine with all the things on it. And then there's a couple of colors of this dancing skeleton. So he's like having a really good time. Okay. So there will be one more kit. It was a free pattern through Free Spirit because Mary Englebright is through Free Spirit right now. There was something that they had to correct on the pattern, so we're going to wait until they do that, and then we'll do those. But we're kitting up this cute little pattern from Villa Rosa. It's called Jolie, and it is 42 by 52. So we're doing still doing the black background, and then the going around them is this orange called Crush. Okay. So I'm cutting these right now. They'll be in the system, but I mean, it's just a cute little lap size quilt. You can add a border. So this is my suggestion for a border. I'm going to leave it up to you guys whether you want a border or not, but it says if the hat fits, wear it. Is it right side up or upside down? It's right there. Okay. Yeah, they're all sold by the yard. And then in the kit will be this funky little stripe will be the binding. So all of those are in the system. We're just finishing cutting kits for a few things. And then there's 2 more Halloween.
Didn't order any this year.
I never said that. I never said that I didn't order Halloween. I just said that I was better this year than I have been in the past. Okay. So, if you are a bag maker, there are certain tools. Oh yeah. So I have a new tool that I've just been introduced to in the past couple of years, and then I have a tool that I've been using for 5 or 6 years. It'll work? Okay. So I invested when I got during COVID, I really started making a lot of bags. And so now I've become your bag lady. But so one of the things that people always said is you need to buy, if you're going to do rivets or you're going to do, Very nice. If you're going to do rivets or you're going to do snaps or anything like that, it was advised that you look into a tool called Cam Snaps, and this is a great tool. It does take a little bit of effort because of the spring-loaded action. If you are going to get heavily into making a lot of bags, I would probably say this is a really good investment, because it does everything. So this is the basic. So you get this tool. It has an opening at the bottom, and then you screw in the dies, which you're going to use to punch holes or set rivets or plastic or metal snaps. This is heavy duty, so that means you need to use a bit of force on it. So so it may or may not be for everybody. It does have adjustments. This little screw right here adjusts the level up or down. So if you're looking for more downforce or not, sound like I'm talking about F1.
Does it stop? It stops the handle.
It stops the handle. Yep. Okay. So this is my Can Snap. You can go to camsnaps.com, KAMSNAPS. And they have all sorts of things. They also have videos. So I'm going to show this. Maybe I can show that. No, is that the right way? No, other way. This is for Cam Snaps. So that's showing you a bunch of different dies that you can use. So so you do have to get all of these things to make it work. So I know I'm gonna put that in front. Just a minute. So there is this little adapter that you put into the bottom. I'm going to move this for a moment. And then I'm going to show you what I did, just because I know that I won't remember what all these parts and pieces are. So I went to Home Depot and got this little tool thing, and then I took a Sharpie marker and I just wrote on the top exactly what was in each little thing, and it keeps me organized. So so with them you buy these dies, and these dies do a bunch of different things. So you have to buy each set individually, just like you will with the other one I'm going to show you. And they do plastic snaps, they do metal snaps, they do metal magnetic snaps, they do rivets, they do eyelets. So they do a bunch of different things. So the key to this one is figure out what you're going to mostly be using. So here are like a little selection of the plastic snaps. So and then you can get them in like 150 different colors. It's like really great. So the reason why I'm showing you the Cam Snaps is because I have discovered that you can use because they have a few more selections at this time than this other company. And I'm sure they will get to that point where Prim will have plenty of different options for colors. So I'll show you this. So this is kind of, you can do these shaped plastic snaps, or you can do just regular colored plastic snaps. So, but we're going to do the demo on the Vario because that is the one that I carry in stock. This is a little bit more expensive than the Vario, but there are some benefits to the Vario. Oh, it's heavy. Okay. Alrighty. So this is the little tool that we're carrying in stock. It is called the Vario. Is there anything else? Creative tool. So what I like about this one is it is easy to store. It's not heavy. it's ergonomic, so that means you don't have to put a bunch of pressure on it. And it will do the metal snaps, the plastic snaps, the tubular rivets, and it will do eyelets. It does a few more things, but those are the basic things that we're using as bag makers and crafters. So, so this little guy comes, so if you look at it, there is this little dial right here that does the pressure. So if you need something to be up or down, that's where you adjust it. It has a little measuring thing on it, so you can make sure everything is the same when you're putting them in. And then this one, you don't have to screw in like the cam snap, they just pop in. So really, really easy. And then on the bottom, you have this little guy that goes in that pops out. So you're going to use this guy in here for all of your snaps. And then when you do your rivets, you're going to take it out so you have that larger hole. That makes sense? Okay. So I'll show you this one. And they have European measurements on this. So if you ever have any questions, go to Google and put in millimeters to inches. That way you kind of understand what you're doing. So this is the little tool that does the rivets. Yeah. So you have 7.5 millimeters and you have 9 millimeters. And then this is the medium rivet from Sally Tomato. And see how, ooh, I'm going to put this in here and see if Mark can put it up a little further for you. So it fits right in there. Yep. Okay, so this one has a bigger base that's going to go on the bottom. This one has a small base, and that is going to go right in the top. Like that. And that's what, so so if you take it to the top and you click it one click, it'll stay where it's supposed to stay. Okay. And then I am going to need to put a hole. Yeah, you have to, for the rivets, you need to pre-punch them so they go through. And you can use an awl. Oh, and I also want to show you, with the tool comes this little set. So these are all your hole punchers. So it'll punch it for you. Or, oh no, I just lost my rivet. Or if you can grab, there's a Sally Tomato on the very bottom next to the grip. The little, yeah, that. So Sally Tomato also does, if you are a bag maker, this little rotary punch. So this little dial at the top is all different sizes of holes it's going to punch all the way through, like leather or fabric or cork. And it punches it really nicely. And these are $20. We have those in stock. So that's also a nice thing. But coming with your creative tool, you have these little punch sets. You can punch them. And then I need another rivet. I have it. I'll find the other one after. I know. Da, da, da. Oh my gosh, if I can get the right size. There we go. All right, for our purposes.
So if you didn't have this tool, how would you do it?
If there is, Sally Tomato also has a, maybe I should just put the little punch thing in there, but then I have to change everything around. Oh, here we go. When all else fails, use your seam ripper. Okay. This does not have to be perfect. All right, so we put our rivet. Whoa. And again, throwing things around. We put our rivet through there. And then this is going to go on the bottom. Okay. You're going to place your, maybe I should do this. So if you see right now, I just snapped the top on there and then the bottom is on the other side. We're putting this inside here and it kind of snaps in. And you don't have to use a bunch of pressure. Couple of clicks and then check it, couple more clicks. And then we have a rivet all nice and done. Easy peasy. You're not using a bunch of pressure or anything like that. Really lovely. And then those are the medium-sized rivets from Sally Tomato. And then this pops right out. I say. Nope. I just have to get enough grip on it. Can you get it out? We're having technical difficulties. Spin. Yeah. There we go. I didn't know. I didn't know my own strength. Okay, so for snaps, we're going to put this guy back in here. So the base goes back in here, and then you're just going to press it so it's flat, like that. And then you actually take it out by turning it over on the bottom and using a screwdriver or something just to pop it back up. And then this one, we're going to use, so we're going to put in some plastic snaps. This is what they look like. So, and then this will do these little, also will do the ones that have like little shapes to them. So if you can see, let's see, this little flower shape. So they'll do the shapes as well. And the reason why I'm showing you the cam snaps is you can use either or. So, yeah. So this one, you're just going to take your, you're just going to fit it, make sure it fits the correct, make sure it fits in there. Okay, so this one goes in. And then, so on here, it'll show you. So this one says, and keep your little trays because that'll keep you straight on what goes with what. So that one goes with that one, that goes with that one, and then you can see both of these go with this one. And then you have an extra little bushing that you need. Okay, so we go all the way up. This guy goes in here. Maybe it doesn't need to go. No, it does. Maybe that's what was making it difficult for you to get out. Okay, so everybody see that those two things are in there? So then we take our piece of fabric, and because these are sharp, so you really don't need to have a tool. You can work it right through. So the base is there. And then you put your top or bottom on there like that. And those all three go all, you know, the fabric, and then each of those go in there. And then with those, you don't really need to have a whole bunch of pressure. Yeah, so you don't want to be crazy on those. And then now you have your snap in there. So basically what it's doing is it's crushing and flattening the sharp end to get it in there. Right, and what's nice about this is if you feel you need to give it a little bit more pressure, you can always go in there and give it a tiny bit more. Okay. So that's the snaps and the rivets. So this is what they look like when you put them in. And they work fantastically. What I always recommend is if you're doing something, put, you know, kind of measure, put a little registration mark on your fabric that you don't have to iron off or anything like that. And then that will help you figure out where they are. It's warm in here. That's why I'm like shiny. Okay. Oh, did you turn it off? Oh, because it's noisy. He turned it off. Okay. So this is the Vario tool. This is $83.99. And then the bits and pieces are all different. They're all different. I think they range from a few dollars up to $9.99, depending on what you're doing. So I just reordered these. These are now back in stock for the plastic ones. I have the rivets in stock. So those work great. They work with the medium or the small. And then there is a bigger one that we can use for the large ones. So I will put that on my order this week. So you have those. And we have some more of the tool coming in. I reordered the tool because I showed last week I was going to show you and I didn't, but then people came in to see the tool, so I showed it to them. And so anyway, but yeah, we'll order more of these. I really like these because it's ergonomic, lightweight, easy to use.
That's a good idea. Maybe you should build a starter set.
Oh, that's a great idea. Pat had a great idea. He said, oh, Diane Young was the one who came in. Hi, Diane. Pat suggested that we do a little starter set, which would be really great for Christmas present. So we'll think about that for later on in the year, because I think that would be something nice. And maybe Mark will, we've been talking about doing like a Christmas list, so you can send it to your loved ones. So maybe they have, you know, a list that they can buy things for you from So Let's Be Quilty. So maybe we'll try and figure that out this year. Okay, so we showed you this guy. We have this one, which is the rotary punch. So this is just if you're doing, so if you're doing all sorts of things with bag making, I really highly recommend getting a rotary punch. It makes your life much easier. And then right now we have the rivets, we have the eyelets, and then those were on back order, but now they're back in stock. So I ordered some of those. So, and then they have some of the colored snaps in stock. So we'll order what colors they have and some of the eyelets, because if you're contemplating doing anything with eyelets, i.e., like the quilted sneakers are super popular right now. So if you're thinking about those, we'll have some colored eyelets in stock as well. All right. So we're doing, so from now until Sunday night, we are doing a patriotic sale. So we have a couple of red, white, and blue fabrics. So the Lori Holt Americana. We also have this line called Star Spangled from April Rosenthal. Yeah, April Rosenthal. So, so that will also be on sale 25% off. So, and then I do have some kits that from So Let's Make a Bag, just the single product. So we'll have the On the Go 2.0, and then I have a few of the large 2 big totes that I will bring into the shop for sale as well. For sale, not on sale. So, so this is part of her red, white, and blue. I love this one. And then we have the red stars.
So there's also stateside, but that happens to be already on $7 package.
Yeah, there is a little bit of stateside left from a couple of years ago, but that's already on sale for $7 a yard.
But it shows up that they've used that.
I love this one with the stars.
And you essentially have red.
Yeah. And then we have the red, white, and blue floral from the Star Spangled. We do have a few of the pre-cuts. They're not on sale, but if you're looking for to grab a pre-cut and then add some yardage. So there's that. Did I show that one? I didn't show that one. Okay, so that's the sale. Just a friendly reminder. We are having a art sale, an art fair. Thank you. An art fair on Saturday. And that is what's today? That's the 12th or 13th? 12th. Saturday the 12th is the Junior Women's Art Fair. So the street will be blocked in front of the shop because we're right across from the Village Green where it is. It is a great time to come into because it's a great fair. It's a fantastic fair, great artists. But you know, you're going to need to park a little ways away. Pack your patience, hydrate, bring water. And you know, build in some extra time to walk through the art fair. There's some great things over there. So that is, you have to be aware of that on Friday and Saturday because the artists are allowed to start setting up on Friday. So
try to keep the front of ours open.
They try and keep the front of ours open, but it's usually a little crazy here. So just an FYI for you for that. What else? Oh, so I will have more information on the Featherweight Schoolhouse. Well, we won't be doing it here at the shop. We'll be doing it over at our community center so we can have a few more people. And then Tina will do a talk in the evening. So she'll do a lecture about featherweights and their history and super knowledgeable. So we're kind of just shoring up the last details, and I will put it on the website hopefully by tomorrow. I just need to talk to her. And then we're just hashing out a couple of details at the end of August. It will be probably on Thursday, like the third week of August. We are doing a quilted coat class also somewhere else, so we have room to spread out. We have, she's saying that we have 12 spaces available. So we'll get that up on the website. We're just making sure that we have the venue we want for that. And then we'll get that set up and put on the website as well. So thank